Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how you can use merge shapes to do anything possible that you want. So for that I'm just going to take an example by going to insert shapes and taking a circle. So I'll just draw one circle first, and with that I want to merge two shapes. So I'm going to change the color for this shape. So just select this one and give a random color and remove the outline first, and then I'm going to press Ctrl Shift and then drag this and remove the click button, and then I will paste it. So Ctrl Shift and drag it and then remove the click, and then you can paste it. So now I'm just going to change the color for this image so that I can have a different circle, and when I use the merge shapes then you can see the difference between what happens exactly when you use merge shapes. So now let's just increase the size a little bit. So for that I'm just dragging the circles, and to be more precise I'm just going to make sure that the height and the width are same for both the circles. So similarly I'm going to do for the orange one. Once you are done with this one, you can see that both the circles are in the center. So I'm just going to move this circle, and you can see that there's an imaginary line and there's a small line in red color, and this shows that all my shapes are in center. It doesn't look like they are in center, so I'm just going to drag them a little bit more and see when they are in center. So right now they are in center, and you can see them, they are all perfectly aligned. So now what does the shapes do? So let's say I want the middle part, the intersection of these two circles. One way is that I use another shape and I paint it white and I just put it in the middle. But see, these shapes are have a too big curvature, and they also do not fit in the middle of those circles. So one of the best tools for using these kind of diagrams is using merge shapes. So you can simply go to shape format and see merge shapes in the left hand side. There are different options available: union, combine, fragment, intersect and subtract. So when you click on union, it will combine both the shapes, and when you click on combine, it will only combine the shapes and remove the part which is overlapping each other. So this is how it works. So just an example, and you can see that I will quickly undo Ctrl plus Z, and I will go back to my previous shape so that I can show you other options. So now once you click on fragments, what happens is that it is going to divide every shape into different parts. That means if it's overlapping some shape, it will divide that part into a separate section or separate segment. That's how you can have different segments in your diagrams, and then you can also simply change different colors to make them look more attractive and more elegant. So that's how you can also make Venn diagrams, and you can also make different infographic using different shapes. For now I'm just using simple shapes, circles. So you can also use different shapes to execute whatever you want. Now back to the original shape, and now if you click on intersect, what happens is that it will divide and remove all the parts which are extra, and it will only show the parts which are intersecting at each other. And when you click on subtract, remember this is the most important part. So it depends which shape you selected first. For example, if you selected the green one first and then the red one, so the green one, orange one will be subtracted from the green one. So that's the key point to notice. Now if I select the orange one first and then select the green one, so the green one will be subtracted from the orange one, just how I just showed you like this. So this is the most important thing that you must remember when you are using merge shapes and subtract options. So this is how you can use merge shapes and different tools. You can make any infographic that you want. For example, I'll just show you some small example. So I'm just going to make it small, even, and make sure that both the height and width are same. And then I'm just going to copy this shape and once more, and I'm just going to copy 3 or 4 shapes so that I can have one simple looking diagram. So this is just an example like how you can use merge shapes and how you can make different infographics or anything that you want. You can also use merge shape as a cropping tool. For example, if you don't want any shape, you can just put the shape on the front of any other shape and just subtract that part which you don't want. Now let's see we intersect these ones. So now you can see that all the middle parts have in a segment. I remove those middle parts and now have this kind of shape. So now what I can do is I can add different colors to these parts. So remember, once you are using one shape, you cannot add different colors to different parts. But when you use fragment options in the merge shape options, you can simply add different colors to any shape that you want. So that's how you can do or make any infographic using merge shape option in the shape format. Now one more important thing which I most commonly use in my videos is the alignment tool. So let's say we have this one's shape. I'm just going to increase the width of this shape so that you can easily see the difference what's happening. So I just increase the shape right now, and you can see that this is one line. So once you have one line, but you need more couple of lines, and then you just paste and paste, and instead of doing one by one, you can see that it's quite hassle. You move some line, they are not aligned, you need quite a precision to be aligned, and that's how you can do it. So let's say this is a shape. So select them all, and what you can do is you can just select these shape lines first, and let's bring in the middle so that you can see properly. Go to arrange, and then you can see this option align. And when you say align to left, what happens is every line will go to the left side, so we don't want this one. So let's go to arrange, then align to the top. So what happens, the first line which was over there, it will align according to that. So now let's see what happens if we do something else. Let's say we have different shapes and we have a row of lines, and we want them to be arranged, and we also want them to be equally placed and have equal distance between them. So how we can do that? We can align all the shapes first, align to the top. And then when you are doing a distribute horizontally or distribute vertically, depends on your first line and the second line's place. For example, the first line is on the left hand side and the last line is in the right hand side, in the corner or at the bottom of the page or at the end of the page. Now you can see that what happened. So now I'm just randomly distributing the lines so that you can see what exactly happens. So remember, it will distribute from the starting line and the ending line. So when I say arrange to the top, it goes to the top. Then when I say arrange horizontally, now you can see that they are equally placed from the starting point to the ending point. So when you are using a line and distribute horizontally, it will depend upon your starting line and the ending line. So now I just aligned them to the center, and every line just went from the left hand side and right hand side to the center. You can also align them to the middle and center, and that's really helps when you are making different diagrams using different shapes. And now one more tip. So let's say we have these lines and we want them to be rotated on the 90-degree side. So let's see, if we rotate them, they are just aligned in one side. For example, so the tip is arranging these you can select them all. You can have to arrange them and rotate them to 90 and then rotate them. So this will be easily rotated on the 90-degree angle. But once you do it individually, it will not work the same way that you were expecting it to work like. So group an image and then rotate. It will help and ease your work a lot to a great extent. So now you can see that you can ungroup them again, and they are now separate things right now. So now let's see, how does the vertical alignment work. So let's say that I have these lines right now and they are separated like this and all that. I'm just going to arrange them together so that they are aligned. Remember, the vertical alignment will work with the line which is on the most left hand side. So as one line was the most on the corner, and that's why all the lines went like this. And when you distribute horizontally, it will depend on the first line and the last line. I hope you guys like this video, and if you haven't watched my previous videos, you can watch in the description in the link. And till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.